Welcome to our discussion on smart resource allocation, where capital, talent, and technology must be balanced to drive results. This slide introduces the core idea, optimizing those three levers together, not in isolation, so investments amplify each other and create sustainable advantage. As you look at the circular diagram, think about how small shifts in one area change the whole picture. This slide highlights common strategic tensions organizations face, like short-term delivery versus long-term capability, centralized control versus local autonomy, efficiency versus resilience, and innovation versus exploitation. The visual also calls out binding constraints, such as budget ceilings, regulatory limits, skill shortages, and cultural inertia, and shows the feasible allocation space where priorities must be negotiated against real-world limits. Here, we walk through a simple prioritization matrix that maps strategic fit against economic value. Projects fall into four quadrants: strategic bets, quick wins, time sinks, and survival projects. The purpose of this matrix is to facilitate data-driven negotiation, reallocate funds away from low-value time sinks, and concentrate capital on high-impact initiatives that closely fit strategic goals for faster, measurable results. This slide contrasts rigid annual envelopes with a more adaptive, market-driven funding rhythm. Instead of fixed, inflexible funding released once a year, an adaptive model enables quarterly pivots based on leading indicators, letting teams scale up or down with market signals. Governance guardrails like spend limits, cross-functional review boards, and clear kill criteria preserve flexibility without creating chaos or financial surprises. When demand spikes create resource friction, a few practical tactics help flatten the curve. Stagger project start dates, build buffers, and share scarce experts across initiatives. The critical chain approach and sprint commitments expose hidden overallocation risk, so we can calculate buffers and prevent cascading delays. Together, these tactics smooth utilization and keep high-priority work flowing without burning out key people. This slide explains continuous prioritization using WSJF and a Kanban pull system. WSJF scores divide economic value by estimated duration to rank work, while the Kanban flow lets teams autonomously pull the highest-ranked item from the backlog. The combined effect is sharper focus on high-value tasks, reduced handoffs, and minimized micromanagement, so teams deliver the most important outcomes faster and more predictably. The heat map here exposes capability gaps across future needs and current skills, highlighting red zones where urgent shortfalls exist. The right-hand panel shows liquidity actions, bite-sized micro-learning for rapid skill uplift, internal gig marketplaces to redeploy talent where needed, and rotation programs to broaden skills and develop leaders. These tactics enable moving people into high-priority areas without major reorganization or external hiring. Mission-based squads unite product, engineering, and operations into integrated teams that stay together across an initiative lifecycle, owning outcomes end-to-end. Key enablers shown are shared OKRs to align focus, collocated decision rights to reduce handoffs, and pooled budgets to speed resource moves. The result is freed, functional managers who can concentrate on capability building instead of firefighting day-to-day resourcing issues. This slide outlines strategies to convert fixed capacity into elastic, variable cost models. Start with pay-as-you-go and auto-scaling policies to expand at peak and scale down during lulls. Then use reserved instance arbitrage, where commitment discounts lower cost for steady workloads. FinOps governance and dashboards provide visibility for engineers, finance, and leaders, preventing surprise bills and keeping accountability tight. Here we compare manual effort to automation and introduce a simple ROI mindset. Quantify hours, cost per hour, and maintenance, then map process volume to a break-even threshold that qualifies work for automation. The approach advocates sequencing automation in sprints So early wins free human capacity for creative, higher value work, while later automation expands value creation and optimizes resource utilization over time. The quarterly governance loop is a ritualized rhythm to prevent strategic drift. Collect spending, value, and market data, then run an executive workshop to challenge assumptions and surface insights. Make clear reallocation decisions, stop or kill, change direction, or amplify investment, and then implement changes while monitoring impact. This cadence documents choices, keeps resources aligned to strategy, and ensures continuous course correction. Finally, successful allocation depends on culture and behavior. Transparent resource dashboards create shared visibility. Public postmortems on sunk cost kills extract learning without blame, and incentives tied to value-released reward outcomes rather than budget consumption. Embedding these practices into daily behavior celebrates reallocation as learning, builds psychological safety, and makes agility a sustainable part of how the organization operates.